Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Hello, welcome. Hello.
I can always tell when the drinks have started to flow.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hey, Kevin.
And hey, Andrew.
Hadouken. Are you going to do Hadouken?
Hadouken. Did I just peak the mic terribly there?
You probably did, but who cares?
Tiger.
Hadouken.
Sonic Boom.
Ooh,
Tiger.
I like the Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom was cool.
I like to fight as Guile, but it was really hard to win the game fighting as Guile.
It's because it was one of those things where to do a Sonic Boom, you got to push back for 2 seconds. To do a flash kick, you got to push down for 2 seconds, and no one has that kind of time.
You basically have to have him already stunned.
Yeah, no one has that kind of time.
I also felt like that motherfucker was slow.
Guile was slow.
He walked on his tiptoes.
And he kind of glided across sideways. I don't know. Anyway, I guess they all kind of did, really. No one really walked.
No.
We're here to talk more about Street Fighter.
If you didn't guess.
This is part 3. Welcome back. Welcome to our listeners on our 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger feed. Welcome to our friends on the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network.
Boy, are you guys in for a treat.
Yeah, this shit's about to get really fucked up.
If not for the least which reason, we're all a little tipsy.
Yeah.
Drinking Eagle Rare and what else?
I'm drinking Eagle Rare bourbon.
Old Pepper?
I'm on the Old Pepper.
Old Pepper Rye.
It's good.
You like it?
Yeah,
it's growing
it's good.
on you? All right.
I'll do that next.
The ice is nice.
Okay.
A little bit of ice and it's perfect.
Ice,
it would
baby.
make a good old fashioned or
most whiskey needs water. It does.
Yeah.
It opens it up.
a
It
good old
mellows it
fashioned
a
or
little
Manhattan. I would recommend this rye.
Okay, good to know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll
Have a
get
cocktail
that
this
as a
evening.
gift for my brother-in-law.
You're gonna give it away.
Give it away.
Oh, he's gonna hear this before his birthday.
I mean, that's the way. Maybe it's a test. You can see if he's listening.
No, he definitely is not.
Oh.
100% he is not listening.
Oh, Billy. How could you?
We can say anything we want about him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will try to bring us up to speed on the plot, such as it is for this movie. It's basically a war story. There's General M. Bison. He's like a maniac warlord. He wants to take over the world. He started out in this country of Shadaloo. There's an AN, which is this movie's version of the UN, an AN peacekeeping force there, led by Guile.
Warmongering force.
The blue helmets.
They're
not the white
ready to
helmets.
shoot curfew violators on sight.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very
No.
peacemaking. But yeah, it's being led by Guile, played by Van Damme. He's got a few other comrades, T-Hawk and Cammy, who are involved. He's got a couple of undercover double agent types, Ken and Ryu.
He sort of enlisted them to go undercover for him.
He wants them to lead him to Bison's secret lair because they don't know where it is,
Yep.
basically. So they're tagging along with Sagat and Vega on their way to presumably
To Bison's house.
link up with Bison.
And he
we've
faked
also-
his death.
He faked his death, as part of this for some reason. We've got Chun Li Zhang. She's a journalist with
And also Ninja, we guess.
Part-Time Ninja.
Like all journalists.
Part-Time Ninja, another good band.
It is a great band
Part-Time
name.
Ninja.
I'm going to write it down.
She's got Honda and Balrog with her as her news crew. They also want to find Bison for their own reasons. We don't quite know what that is yet.
Or ever.
And Bison has got a bunch of hostages like doctors and whoever else, humanitarian workers. that he's going to kill
in his hostage pit.
Please stand clear of the hostage pit.
Mind the gap.
Yeah, he's going to kill them in maybe a couple days now, 36 hours, something like that, if that he's not paid $20 billion ransom. So that is the plot.
Give that man his money. So anyway, yeah, that gets us caught up. The third chapter opens at what we guess is the Thieves Den that Chun Li mentions in the last act. Crooks are dealing arms. I love the atmosphere that D'Souza creates. It's like an outdoor trade show for dictators and freedom fighters.
It's a circus tent.
There was the big like cruise missile hanging with the for sale sign on it. They're
all stalls and stuff. It looks like it
like the
looks
flea
like
market.
It's exactly what it looks like.
Or like a business conference.
Well, they use this font throughout
Fresh
the movie.
fish.
It's like it looks like the Thai language or the Burmese language, but it's in English.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what is this bizarre sort of made up font?
I think that's exactly
getting used?
It's the aforementioned foreign language. In a foreign language.
It's Shadaloo.
We've translated it.
Shadaloodian? Shadaloon. So a PA announcement says that Bison invites guests to share his food, drink, and entertainment.
There are a lot of PA announcements in this movie.
Dude, did you jot those down?
No.
There were weird jokes. They were like, we have Iraqi vehicles, 5 speed, 2 forward, 3 reverse. And it was like
amazing.
A joke about, I guess, Iraq troops retreating.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Or there's
in Desert Storm kind of thing.
And then there was the 1972 helicopter only used once to evacuate American embassy in Saigon. And I was like, damn.
Burn.
Okay.
D'Souza.
Too soon, D'Souza. Too soon.
Calling out the stupidity of both of those military engagements, perhaps.
And there was record scratching. Like, do they have a fucking DJ?
A literal DJ.
It could be a literal
DJ.
It was DJ.
It doesn't make sense because DJ is literally standing there, even though it's like, shouldn't you be running the computers and shit back at the base?
He should be DJing. Anyway, yeah, they let him out to come to the party.
Maybe he is like a part-time DJ. It's like, can I DJ the parties and stuff?
How close do we assume that this is to the base? Is it like on the grounds, or is it like in a different
midway between the city and the?
I think it's some
outskirts of the city,
undisclosed location
on
that's
the way.
not near. It's on the way.
Yeah.
It's en route. So in a tent, a large tent, we see our G&T Gin and Tonic crew has infiltrated as performers, much to Bison's amusement. We also see Sagat, Ken, and Ryu are there.
It's fucking confusing, man.
Yeah.
There's so many questions raised by this whole thing. Why, first of all, why is any of this happening?
Yeah, it suggests that G&T is maybe not a real TV channel, and like they're faking their gainful employment at a TV channel to pretend like.
But
to
it was a real channel.
Yeah, we see
earlier
the
guy was
our anchors.
He introduced the broadcast, and then it was cut to Chun Li, who for all we know, she's a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist.
It's total nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm like, where did they get all the circus gear from? Like, it's very confusing. Like, they were already ready to pose as circus performers.
It's an exotic. Well, I mean, Chun Li's been doing this for 20 years. She probably plans for all contingencies.
I guess so. It made me just wonder: was this always the plan?
Sure,
was to pose as circus performers.
She has plans on plans. I mean, it's sort of like Ocean's 11 when they're like, we're gonna like the like fake.
It's the fake plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake out the people who are spying on us.
We play
a Looky Loo.
They did that. They did the magic trick that Sagat was visually confused by. He was like, "Where'd she go?"
This is a fucking long bit of stagecraft. Can we just talk about?
This takes a lot of time in this
short movie.
Chun Li climbs in a barrel that Honda and Balrog start tossing to each other. Then Honda lays down and Balrog lays the barrel on top of him. Then Balrog takes a sword and cuts the barrel in half, and the barrel is empty.
Yeah, that's when Sagat was
what the fuck?
Where the fuck did she go? I'm confused.
Everyone is shocked and astonished to then see the masked Chun Li lower herself from the ceiling. Are the fucking circus techs in on this too? Like, that's what I want to know. Is like, who hired the techs to lower her from the ceiling?
Okay,
were they traveling with them? Are they GNT people too? Like, I don't know, or GTN, whatever the fuck.
Somebody else was involved.
Yeah. So anyway, Bison and Ken are totally into it.
Mm-hmm.
Honda asks if they're ready to blow the place up yet, but Chun-Li's like, no, we have a problem. As they leave, Bison ramps up talks with Sagat.
Yes.
We also see Ryu trying to wax honorable to Ken. he spies Chun Li and then bolts to accost her.
Wait, also they brought in the squad of belly dancers
Right.
afterwards. Like it was, and DJ like perved out
Big time.
He was like, ugh. It was like bringing the whores.
Ooh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's like a real oil and gas conference.
Yeah, it is. So Ryu also reveals that they're trying to get a homing device inside Bison's fortress. So thank goodness for that bit of exposition.
They talk throughout the rest of this movie. There's a lot of just talk
Non sequiturs.
loudly about our secret plans in front of people
100%.
who are sitting right next to you.
Did you guys see that Capcom was on the lid of the barrel
No.
of the? Yeah, it says
Okay.
Capcom real big on the barrel that Chun Li goes into
Nice.
at one point.
like they needed the whole movie is product placement. Anyway,
100%.
Or Ken says like, this place makes Detroit look like Disneyland. That's a joke that kids would not get.
no. Also, Detroit's awesome. Anyway,
But
maybe
in the
it
early
wasn't in
90s,
1994.
Not so much.
Yeah. So elsewhere in the tent, Vega readies a gun, hands it to Zangief, who hands it to Sagat, who hands it to Bison.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Ken
Like a
still
hot potato.
creeping on Chun Li, who giggling leads him into a tent where we hear him getting smacked.
Yeah, it's like, got another one of those masks for me, darling.
What?
It's like, damn, he was ready to get straight to the kinky shit.
Yeah, he was. Then we get a shit ton of cuts, which I guess we owe to our 5 editors.
Yeah.
So we cut to the baddies.
5 times the edits.
Yeah, he says he's satisfied with the guns, but that instead of monetary pavement, he's going to share the new country with Sagat. Sagat's like, I want to see how much of the country's left first, but in the meantime, how about some of that cash?
Right, that was a businessman decision. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, let's see if you win first, dude.
That doesn't
Yeah.
seem like quite the reward. Like, now I've got to manage all of this area. Like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, true.
He probably wants to get money and get the fuck out. Back out in the tent, Ryu gets wrestled in the tent where Ken and Chun Li went by Honda. Honda wrestles Ryu in there.
Yeah.
So then inside, Ken's tied up.
They tie him up
Yeah.
to then tell him we're friends.
Yeah. Ryu tries to fight back, but is quickly subdued. We cut back to the bad guy table. 2 henchmen bring what looks like an artillery case to the table. When they open, it's filled with money printed with Bison's face.
The Bison dollars.
Yeah, Sagat's like, is this a joke? And says, this is fucking worthless. Bison says that every Bison dollar will be worth £5 sterling, which is an extraordinary exchange rate.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be set by British banks when he kidnaps the Queen.
It's a bonkers plan.
Yeah.
I just found myself saying, wait, so Bison has set up his own mint?
Yeah.
Like he's printing money now?
He spent
Win
a
the
lot.
war first.
He spent a lot of money to print some money.
You got
Yeah.
a lot of sunk costs.
Because
here.
that's a lot of money at a Kinko's if you're going to print your
Absolutely.
own money.
So, meanwhile, over in the good guy tent, Chun Li tells Ken and Ryu she knows they're working with Guile and that we're all friends here. Meanwhile, back over in the bad guy tent, Sagat says he was crazy to trust Bison and calls him a raving lunatic.
I thought Wes Studi was great in this scene.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to
Yeah.
probably hold your own with a Raul Julia in a scene. Yeah.
Back out in the good guy tent, Ryu recognizes Honda as a famous sumo from Hawaii.
Sure.
who-
Is there such a thing as a famous sumo?
Sure,
Also,
in Japan.
but
yeah.
like the average American,
No.
which Ryu seems to be American.
Yeah, he's Japanese American in the movie.
Okay, it's like I just don't know that unless you're really into the sumo scene.
His parents keep the TV set to satellite TV set to those Japan
They
stations.
could be. It could be that his parents, or whichever parent was
Yeah.
Japanese, is a big fan.
But
It would
also, E Honda,
why make him Hawaiian? Yeah,
like,
I don't
what-
know
I
why
don't
they made
understand.
that
Like,
move.
did they want to do that for American audiences? Did they think that would appeal because he's from the States, or I don't know what? But like, E Honda is Japanese. He
Yeah.
fights in a bathroom in Japan. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And I was always confused about why it was a bathroom, but
Like a
then I later,
bathhouse or whatever.
Yeah, I later learned on it's just a hole in the ground and the tiles around it that you aim for.
There's a
like,
hot tub in the background.
It's different. Yeah.
I thought it would have made a lot more sense if they had recognized Balrog, because
Yeah.
he's
American boxer
boxers are
Balrog.
more famous in America to Americans,
Right.
Well, and
than,
within
like,
the game, he's an
Yokozuna.
American. Balrog is in Las Vegas.
But I want to know.
he is Mike Tyson.
I'm not sure what
Yeah.
the deal is with professional sumo wrestling in Japan, except for those dudes are
I bet they're celebrities,
much
right?
lauded. They are celebrities in their culture. How did this Samoan American guy almost make Yokozuna?
Well, I think if you're good enough.
I mean, that's what
You
I'm saying.
could be,
Are
right?
there Americans or other
Oh
people
yeah, I think
from
there are
around
Americans.
Okay.
I think I've
Okay.
seen like non-Japanese, like
Yokozunas.
white people or a black guy who's like a really good
Really?
sumo.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know
I've seen it
anything
before.
about
I
sumo
think
wrestling.
I have. Yeah.
Okay. So Honda says that it was the case until Bison's organization destroyed his reputation for some reason. Balrog says Bison did the same thing to him and destroyed his boxing career. It's like Bison just indiscriminately destroying a lot of athletes' careers.
He's got nothing better to do than like interfere in American sports
betting.
and sumo
Like, no one
wrestling
knows
and
what's
shit.
happening.
Yeah.
So then Chun Li tells Ken and Ryu that they're going to blow Sagat and Bison to hell with their own munitions. Over in the bad guy tent, things are escalating with Bison and Sagat's goons about to get down.
Yeah, it's like a showdown.
Yeah,
It's popping off.
like a Wing Kong and
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So in the good guy tent, Chun Li tells Ken and Ryu that they have 10 minutes before the place is going to blow.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's keep that in mind.
That's a weird.
That's a long time.
It's a
Chun
long
Li.
time, and she instantly violates her 10
They
minutes.
stumble right out into the middle of the Sagat Bison turf war.
And Ken announces to that quiet crowd, they're going to blow this place up.
Yeah, but they're trying to like sweet talk both sides. Sagat and Bison are not having it.
It's
Bison,
a disaster.
Yeah, Bison asks Ryu, "What's up, buddy?" And he says there's spies everywhere. Bison wants to know who the spies are.
That almost also doesn't make sense. They're like trying to put out the
Who are the
flames
spies?
between these two, and he's like, "Why should we listen to you? Because there's spies everywhere." That's not really an answer to that question.
No.
That if anything, it makes things worse.
Yeah. So suddenly,
You just can't reason with someone who's like got their place decorated with human skulls.
no. Yeah, Bison's big into skeleton decor.
His branding's on point.
It is. Suddenly, everyone hears Chun Li's voice saying that this may be her final broadcast, but that she's happy to die knowing she's brought an end to the bad guys' reign of terror by blowing their arms sky high. In a video, she motions to Honda, who pushes a button on a truck rigged to explode and pushes it down a hill.
So this was the 10 minutes that she was talking about before
It's
we
going to give
blow
us
this
10
shit
minutes,
up?
10 minutes to go up the hill, record this video, rig the truck.
Oh, I thought they were live.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's literally been a minute, and they're like jumping the gun.
Maybe she was trying to kill Ken and Ryu.
Well, I was thinking, or if she knew they were in trouble, it would make sense maybe to move up the plan. But I don't think they were in a position to know that they were in trouble.
I feel like I would have rather them just place the bombs around the tent rather than make a whole mousetrap ordeal of it and roll it down the hill.
It would have been
Your
much
Rube
better to
Goldberg
not.
device, yeah.
It would have been much better to not announce to the bad guys that you're about
That
to
a
blow
bomb
up
is
their
coming?
shit.
Agreed.
Maybe just blow it up. Maybe you don't even put on the whole circus act.
No.
Maybe you just blow the shit up.
Yeah, just walk in there with a gun and shoot him if you're
Why
right in
not?
front
I got
of
a
him.
gun in my room right now. So
I found myself wondering, like, why did they take Ken and Ryu, tie them up for about 2 minutes, and then untie them and send them back in? That's all. Just a waste.
somebody's good with knots too. So anyway, the bad guys, looking confused, evacuate the tent just before the truck hits.
Did you notice, like, who's running the camera? It must be the same guy who was running the lifting device on the.
They're into it.
Because they're zooming in and out as they're talking, and then there's other cameras set up to like get wide shots of the truck rolling down the hill.
They got a whole crew.
Like, damn, they set up multiple cameras. Who's even running this live feed?
They set up the
Balrog.
cameras
It's
on
all Balrog
tripods
doing
all
it.
over like the Survivor Man.
Yeah, they
And
did.
just like planted it and then reenacted it
Yeah.
right by it.
So the truck, Chun Li and friends have rigged with explosive hits and detonates. There are lots of fireworks going off in that explosion.
I assume it must have hit the truck that was maybe loaded with the weapons. Or
with other
munitions or
munitions.
whatever.
But
Yeah.
not the atomic bomb that was for sale.
I know,
Nah.
unfortunately. Bison orders that the camp be searched and to find Chun Li.
That's just all on voiceover. Find Chun Li.
What?
And then it's like we don't see the action that we should have seen.
Right.
Yeah.
We cut to outer space, boys.
Oh, yeah.
There's an AN surveillance satellite number 5, Northern Hemisphere, and it's detected an explosion in the Shadaloo Mountains.
Yes.
This is why I think the tent is on the site, because this is the only indication that they ever get. It's not like Ken and Ryu come back to report where it's located.
No,
Right.
but there's the tracking device. I think is still on the truck. Like I feel like
What the fuck?
I feel like on text on screen.
Okay.
If you're reading closely,
Which
I
this
think
movie
it's
is-
continued to track the truck with the tracking device
okay.
onto the temple or whatever the fuck it is.
Gotcha.
But it's
Stupid.
god awful storytelling.
Yeah, it is.
It's like,
Steve.
it's like Chun Li, Honda, and Balrog were captured off screen. Like that must have been one of those things where we shoot that later, and then they ran out of time or something. Because there's no way you don't show that.
No.
Yeah.
I just imagine the editors and just in there feverishly trying to make something out of.
What can we do?
Yeah, it's like, what
can we get another? Can we get a satellite? We're gonna have to do some like storytelling.
Yeah.
Is Raul still alive? Can we get a VO?
We don't have enough extras to make it look like they could actually capture gigantic Honda and Balrog.
I'm thinking next time, just fucking kill them and don't broadcast a warning when you should be just making your getaway.
Yeah.
So the satellite apparently can also capture video, and we see that our reporting team's been captured. We get a super zoom in, and we find ourselves in Bison's hangout, where he's showing Sagat, Ken, Ryu around, and for some reason, also Chun Li, Honda, and Balrog have been allowed to be on the tour.
And Zangief and DJ are there.
But why walk your cat?
It's some James Bond shit.
Yeah, it's like, why are they not in a cell or dead?
I have to show you my plan.
So Bison says that while governments scorn him, corporations love to throw money at him.
He said, the technology of East and West. What does that mean?
No one knows.
We have the same technology, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like that's, the ideation from West Coast, Silicon Valley, and hardware production from like Taiwan and Hong Kong.
From China.
The scene, dude, I felt like the command center, I think because it was a completely different set, but it seemed like a completely different space than what we had seen earlier, which felt like a much more confined space. And now it's huge and cavernous.
It's big
and there was like stacked stone walls and things off to the side.
It seemed like it was supposed to look like Bison had built his headquarters inside of the old temple. Yeah.
But I think this was shit that was filmed in Thailand, and I think the stuff we saw at the beginning of the movie was filmed either in Vancouver or in Australia, where they rebuilt, where they tried their best to copy the sets.
Right. Yeah. So he welcomes Sagat and Vega to stay and peep whatever's about to happen. While he's talking, Ken and Ryu are checking out a 3D rendering of the fortress that inexplicably has been left up on the big bank of TV screens in the background.
Yeah, it's like a diagram of the layout
a diagram
of
the headquarters.
Here's the map signage.
Yeah. So Bison orders that Honda and Balrog be taken to the interrogation room where they will either talk or die, preferably both, and that Chun Li be taken to his personal chambers for a private interview.
Ominous.
Yeah, which is very like seductive, creepy. For a private interview.
Yeah.
Ken and Ryu share a moment of conscience on the stairs, saying that they don't feel like good guys.
This sucks. Those guys are good guys, like us.
It is it's so loud. He just shouts
loudly.
That actor Choppa sucks.
For all the stormtroopers to hear.
I like the moment that Chun Li spit on Ken, and she's like, you'll dehydrate yourself.
Yeah. That's so bad.
We have 12 hours left at this point, by the way. So 60 hours have passed.
Yeah, we have a few, just under 12 hours until the hostages are going to get killed. They turn and look and see the holding tank where the hostages are. Then we cut to AN headquarters where Guile's explaining how they're going to hit Bison's stronghold. Attacking from the air is impossible because of Myanmar.
I just say it so fast and move on.
Yeah, exactly. So
wait, it's no surprise to anyone that Guile's not dead.
Yeah.
He's just giving a speech in the open. The word would quickly get back to the bad guys, right?
He's now back. If there are more people in there. But yeah, so he says the only chance is an amphibious attack. And so he says their main force will attack as a distraction while a single team goes in on a boat equipped with the latest stealth technology.
This felt so like Empire Strikes Back to me. 2 pilots against a star destroyer.
I had that. The soldier from the earlier meeting. What's his name? The dude. Sawada. Yeah, Sawada pulls up, but that's impossible even for a computer. Saying the boat pilot would have to be a nut job.
Well, it's also the same as and Jedi.
When Return of the Jedi.
Who's going down to Endor?
Yeah.
He's like, I wonder who they found to pull that off.
Yeah.
He's like,
General Solo, is your team ready?
Yeah, it's
my ground team's ready, but I don't have a team for the command ship.
It's any number of Star Wars scenes mismatched together.
And I'm in too. Guile says that's good because Bison driven me crazy. I'm going to do it. So back at Bison's lair, a Nazi-looking motherfucker takes a bullwhip to Honda, who seems humorously unfazed. That
dude was very white European guy. And then he says, let me show you how we treat foreigners in Shadaloo. Like, dude, you're a fucking foreigner.
You're not from round here. They're not even from round here.
This is a part where I was thinking about watching this as a kid. Like, how was I not bothered by the fact that I watched straight up torture of a man caning another man chained to a post?
Yeah.
I should have been.
nuts, dude.
So the dude leaves, the torture guy leaves because he's
frustrated. He broke his
exhausted.
cane.
He's exhausted by trying to beat Honda. So then Balrog says, how did you manage not to scream? And Honda says that as a sumo, my mind and body can be different places at once.
Is that a well-known trait of sumos?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're like, how many calories can I consume today?
There's a weird Ninja Turtles style joke.
Yeah. Bring us back a pizza.
Next time your mind leaves, tell it to bring us back a pizza.
I don't get.
Chuckle.
Yeah, looking at the chain that's holding him, Balrog gets an idea. Says, "Hey man, lend me a hand." Then we get a masturbation joke.
We've only been in jail for 2 hours. Maybe next month.
What
He says,
the fuck?
This is not for kids. This is like
Yeah,
bizarre
I
sexual.
want a hand job.
Yeah.
I guess. So he and Honda then pull on the chain together, which comes detached from the ceiling. Meanwhile, in the bad guy gymnasium, Zangief has found Ken and Ryu their iconic red and white gis.
Yes, they're starting to resemble the video game.
Everyone
selves.
is starting to look more like what they should look like.
It doesn't seem like a good war outfit to me.
No,
to be like,
you want a little Kevlar or
Yeah,
something, right?
I mean,
this is
well-
not a fighting movie. This is a shoot 'em up.
even in hand-to-hand combat, it seems like it's kind of loose and like oddly fitting.
That's what you
and
wear in
you
a practice,
you have
like
to-
you to spar.
Yeah, you have to wear a belt with
Or
it.
in
like-
competition,
Yeah.
but not in wartime. So when he leaves, the boys say that they've each memorized a section of the 3D map that they saw earlier, and they skulk off.
conveniently.
What?
And Zangief takes their clothes and burns them in the incinerator.
Yeah,
in the gym.
The gym incinerator.
Yeah.
The
Any
gym-
state-of-the-art
gym-cinerator.
gym is going to have an incinerator.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
burn the fat, burn your clothes.
That's
Absolutely.
bizarre.
It's oh my god. So why
Yeah,
does
you
that
just
temple?
leave-
How did the temple? I don't even know. How do they retrofit the ancient temple with an incinerator?
There's a lot happening. I love that they're just like, hey, two outsiders, we're just going to leave you to poke around a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
guys, you guys take a look around, see
Take
what
some
you
free
see, and we'll
time.
meet back up in the commissary later.
Yeah,
It'll be
grab
fun.
lunch.
Yeah.
So cut back to AN headquarters. The troops are mustered and ready. Just as Guile's about to address, a sweet old Mercedes pulls up with Simon Callow in the back. Who I love. He played a memorable role for him was in Amadeus. He played Schikaneder, the guy that commissioned Mozart to write a
Okay.
magic flute, and also was the first person to ever perform the role of Papageno.
He's a great, like, just smarmy guy.
He is famous in the UK, like as a stage actor.
Okay,
like just
cool.
badass, and did also a lot of like a stage and TV stuff.
And in this movie, he's
film and
just
TV.
been reduced to like a suit.
Yeah. He's
a corporate guy.
He is. I call him the AN suit.
Yeah.
So here is an AN representative who says that the Security Council has decided to negotiate with the terrorists.
Yes.
Guile can't fucking believe his ears. The dude says that they think they can deal with Bison and that Guile's been instructed to call off his offensive and get Bison on the horn to ask for an extension because the AN's prepared to pay the 20 bill.
Is Guile the only person who can communicate with Bison?
Why do they
Like,
want him to make the call?
You need to make the call. If he's resistant to do it, just say, okay, don't worry about it. Someone else will make that
Why would the
call.
Secretary General of the AN not make
be
that
a-
telephone
Just
call?
directly call it, and then as a
And
citizen,
then let him know, hey,
as a citizen-led
That's
organization,
what they-
tell Guile back off
They could
because
do this with or without Guile's cooperation. I feel
Absolutely.
like.
yeah, except
So-
that Guile decides to mutiny and run a coup here.
yeah, that's exactly. This is against international law.
Yeah.
We can all point out that
Straight
Guile
up.
should go straight to the gulag for this. But anyway, Guile asks, well, what's to keep Bison from taking more hostages and asks for 50 billion, 100 billion?
That's a good point,
It's
though.
a great point.
That's why I think you can't just pay him, even
And I
if
think
it's...
that goes back to pre-World War II, like Chamberlain saying, well, Hitler said he's going to behave.
We'll just
so
give him Czechoslovakia, and then he'll fall in line.
It's peace in our time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace in our time. So the suit asks if Guy, he's like, have you lost your mind? To which Guy replies, no, you lost your balls. The AN suit pulls out AN instructions and orders Guile to deliver them to the troops and then consider himself relieved of command.
Mm-hmm.
The troops, in the quick cuts that we get, seem not pleased by this development that's been loudly happening in front
All
of them.
100 of them are standing
Right.
right there.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
Guile takes the papers, walks to the podium, and tells his people the war is canceled. Bison's getting paid, and that their comrades will have all died in vain. But at least we can all go home. But that the ideas of freedom, peace, and justice are also going to get packed up and head home.
There's a lot of jingoistic bullshit.
Oh, it is.
It was
total.
it was like Shakespearean. It reminded me of like the Mark Anthony, Julius Caesar.
Friends, countrymen.
He's
So
like,
we can all go home.
Yeah,
But
feels
Bruce
very-
is an honorable man. Like, we can all go home.
Exactly.
Feels very Henry VIII as well, of like rallying your troops.
Yeah. So then he says that you can go home. I'm not going home. And then I'm going to get on my boat, go upriver, and kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it.
This is my favorite, like weirdest, like his delivery is so hard. He like the interruptions are weird.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
takes breaths in weird
English
places.
as a third language.
Yeah, he's
Like,
so confused. He's just
The
bonkers
troops go
here.
wild.
oh,
though.
they love it. Yeah, he's like, who wants to go with me? And naturally, everyone would rather go kill people than go home.
Yeah.
That was the moment where Guile had tears in his eyes from his own speech. He had reduced himself to tears. He was
my
like
God.
very missy, or it was just like all the cocaine.
It was
just like,
it was the cocaine. So we get a lot of B-roll then of AN troops throwing things in boats and running around with guns. Guile, Thunderhawk, Cammy, they all run to the stealth boat but are interrupted by the AN suit who tries to convince us, come on, man, please don't do this.
Yeah.
And Guile's like, I would love to, but I've just been fired by a moron. So in the boat, Guile
That's
opens
not
up
how that works.
Yeah, no.
Now this boat is no
It's
longer
my
your
property
property.
now.
That military property with the latest in stealth technology, you can't by law get into.
But
Which
it had
has
his
Guile's name
it had
on
his
it.
name painted on the side. That's all that matters.
That's some next level narcissism
Yeah,
right
I
there.
think
That's it.
that's normal.
Yeah.
Top
Really?
Gun, all the.
Well, no,
all the-
but I mean, like
yeah.
that boat, he like had just been made. They didn't know they were going to
They
need it
know
until
the
that
stencil
afternoon.
that on there. Yeah, it's
Can
crazy.
you put my
shit.
name on the boat?
I mean, I
Thank you.
feel like for a general though, you don't do that. You don't
He's a
want to let
colonel.
people.
He's just a colonel.
Oh, he's colonel.
He's colonel.
It's weird. Yeah,
Colonel Guile.
but there would be a general. They
Yeah.
would not have a colonel in control of this whole.
Yeah, we have some
Absolutely.
questions about the like
chain of command.
chain of command and the amount of experience these folks have later on.
Because I think that in the video games, he's just captain. He's a Air
he
Force. He's
wasn't
an Air
colonel
Force
even.
captain.
He was a lower
I don't know,
rank
I
still.
just figured like he was an asshole in a
God.
tank top on a military
He
base.
stole that boat anyway. Is what we can get from this.
And he sprayed him down.
Yeah,
with
he like
water.
opens up the
Yeah.
throttle, soaks the AN suit and his little entourage, that lady running around with her shoe, like one shoe looking befuddled. And then we get more B-roll of AN forces leaving the harbor. We cut back to Bison's lair where Bison's got a portrait of himself looking Napoleonic on horseback.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This room is flat out weird, dude. His
It's
chambers,
Bonkers.
man.
Well, it's filled with all of Raul Julia apparently like went and did research on all the famous dictators of the
Yeah, I saw
20th
the same
century
thing.
and like when Chun Li notices his little side art project over of like him like Bison in
clown.
Pagliacci makeup and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like the fuck is
Yeah,
happening?
I think I read something like he was inspired by like Hitler's love of art, but also that he had like no taste
Yeah,
in art.
It's not
Like it's just a room filled
it
with
was tacky.
shitty
It
art.
was tacky.
Yeah.
So Chun Li, who's now done up in her video game attire, appears to
Who
be
did
conduct-
this? Who cut her hair? She had bangs now. Like she had been made over, new makeup, new clothes, new
Yep.
hair.
Bison did it.
Bison did it himself.
I don't know. This is fucking
That's how I feel
crazy.
more comfortable in an outfit that cannot be comfortable.
She looked really like good though.
Yeah,
and
she
when
was
she
like-
like she was when she like snaps those binds, I was like, that's some kinky shit.
Yeah. So she's conducting the exclusive interview while Bison starts to change clothes. I love his rack of Bison hats.
He changed into his like casual,
his smoking jacket.
Kick-ass smoking
and his
jacket.
velvet, like
Velvet
his smoking
Bison
hat.
Yeah. So Chun Li tells us that 20 years ago, Bison was a petty drug lord and that he and his buddies would raid villages for supplies and for slaves. And that her dad was a village magistrate who got together a small force to try to stop Bison and succeeded, but it cost him his life. And that
So you
Bison,
said that's her real backstory?
well, that's all we know is that Bison, he
Moderately
killed,
aligned.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it more or less aligns. All you need to know is that he killed her dad.
It does make more sense though had this been like farther back in time, because I can't think that like
Than 20
in
years ago?
1974 there was a village magistrate who had to rally his own militia to fight off somebody. Like we're
This
pretty
was
well
in
into.
do you think this is in Shadowloo that this was happening or elsewhere?
I think
or in
it's-
China
she's-
somewhere?
I mean, she's Chinese according to the game lore, but
Or
like
that she lives in China.
It does
I
border
can't
China
remember,
somewhere, I
I can't
think.
remember if in like the like the animes and stuff or on the wiki if she was born in Shadowloo. I
Okay.
can't remember.
potentially.
Like Bison's making himself a cocktail.
Yeah, what kind of cocktail is that? It's like weirdly like bright.
It was red. I thought it was like a Cosmo-tini.
It does look like a Cosmo. That's exactly what it looks like.
That's not what I would have expected for a mad dictator, but it's pretty good.
Full on. He is switched to his at-home clothes.
He's ready to fuck.
And he's like he's made himself the cocktail, and he's like that's funny. I don't remember any of that. He said, and she's shocked, like visibly shocked. And he says that day, the day he stopped in her village, was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
That was a great moment.
That moment rules.
Yeah,
and like his delivery, the writing of it, like it sells him as a terrifying bad guy in ways that don't sell him that way elsewhere.
Agreed. We finally get that he's a monster.
Yeah.
Like straight on.
And that Raul Julia is just a great actor as well.
Oh God, man.
Like to sell something stupid, like it's not stupid then, but like to sell a character as stupid as Bison has been, and to make him believable.
He's shaking a bright red cocktail and like in a corny set.
Did you guys ever see the movie that he was in the 80s with Richard Dreyfuss called Moon Over Parador? It was about a dictator in a fictitious country who it's basically the movie Dave, but in South America. And Raul Julia plays the Frank Langella character, who's like his right-hand guy, but is like a super corrupt motherfucker. And it stars Richard Dreyfuss as this actor who does a kick-ass impersonation of this dictator. So they get him and bring him down to the country to pretend to be the dictator, and becomes like even more loved by his people than he was when he was, actually the guy. But then Raul Julia plays this villain and is just off the fucking rails good. It's just
Sweet.
So you guys should check that movie out.
Okay, Parador.
Moon
it's
Over
such a
Parador.
shame that we lost.
I know.
We lost a Raul Julia.
I know.
The Raul Julia, not a Raul Julia.
Sure.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's like when Bowie or somebody gets cancer, and it's like fucking hell, man.
It's like,
can we please stop?
Fucking shitty people live.
Can we please stop with the brilliant creators of the time dying of cancer, please and thank you. Anyway. R.I.P. Raul Julia, you were awesome in the scene. Back in the interrogation room,
in the torture dungeon,
that Nazi dude is looking for something with which he can inflict pain on Honda and Balrog. He turns around and Ken and Ryu twin punch him in the face and knock him out.
That seems a pretty inefficient way to punch somebody. How do you time that?
Yeah,
just let one of you be like.
There's a lot of double dragon energy with Ken and Ryu in this movie.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good
the whole
point.
movie, I was like, they're double dragon. They're Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Yeah.
So as
they did a movie of that. Was
I heard it was terrible.
Oh, I tried to watch it and I couldn't, but it might have come before this.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm wondering if it was. I don't know the year on it. But it was around the same time. Yeah, the Double Dragon movie.
I heard that it was absolutely terrible. I couldn't bring myself. But anyway, as they open the cell, they comment on how Honda and Balrog, they're going to be happy to see us. Instead, once inside, Balrog and Honda jump them and start choking them out.
They're talking about being double crossed us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand that.
No.
You guys broadcast to Bison, literally broadcast to Bison that you were, hey, Bison, we're going to blow you up now.
Yeah.
And then they're like, those are the spies. And they're like, you fuckers double-crossed us. Like, you announced your presence before they snitched on
And this
you.
is more shit cop from Star Wars, like when Chewie chokes Lando.
Yeah.
It's almost identical.
Save and a hand. No, a hand. So,
I thought of trading places. It was the Dukes. It was the Dukes.
Yes. Both of those are right on. Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah. So Ken tells him, hey, we're on the same side. Back in Bison's private chambers, Chun Li is still talking. And this is where we start to get the full breadth. We can see the
human
Bison's
bone chandelier.
The bone chandelier is awesome.
The skeleton art is in that room. Chun Li says then she's still expositioning. She tells Bison for the past 10 years she's been working as a journalist just to gather info on Bison, finding people to work with who also hated Bison as much as she did. Mm-hmm. And she studied martial arts on 3 continents so that one day she could avenge her father and end this reign of terror.
You get a great view of some more branding here because the cocktail stick has the Bison logo on it.
God.
Yeah, it's right on top. It rules. I would get a whole collection of that. Like that would be amazing.
He's spending a lot of money to make all this shit, all these one-off things.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hitler did the same thing, though.
Yeah.
All this time, all this while, Bison is setting this sexy atmosphere in the room. Like, does he think they're about to fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I love when this is when she notices the self-portrait of him as a clown. But yeah, he's been trying to, he turns the lights down. There's, some romantic, very romantic, old Hollywood music playing. Raul Julia in this is where I really like appreciated him, because he's not even saying a word, but his facial expressions during all this, I was like, God, you're a fucking genius.
Yeah.
You're like so good.
And Bison's ready to plow.
Oh, yeah. He's ready to psycho crusher the hoo-ha.
Psycho crusher.
The hoo-ha. So when she mentions that she wants to kill him, he rises looking miffed. He grabs her, then laughs and says, I don't think so. I don't think you could do it. And that she's always, I've noticed that you're always hiding behind your friends. He calls Balrog the boxer. Do we think Bison knows this? I guess so. He destroyed his career.
I assume he was like a champ. Like I in my mind, he was like a famous boxer.
Who was also a good cameraman.
Yeah, he
fell back on that.
He got his undergrad with a boxing scholarship and a degree in radio, TV, film.
Oh my God! So then Bison
he went to like he went to DeVry.
Yeah,
Phoenix University. So then Bison says, "No, I know women, and you're harmless." Mm-hmm. Okay. This amuses Chun Li, who says, that's exactly what I wanted you to think. And then she snaps the rope or leather or whatever is holding her cuffs together, flies through the air, kicking Bison, and then just starts whipping that ass.
It was finally like a video game type action, like where she went flying across the room.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like clearly being propelled across the room by something.
She is among my favorite characters in this movie. Like,
she's awesome.
A good arc. She's strong and powerful. She's smart.
And she's a good actress.
And she's a good actress. But yeah, she cracks those leather handcuffs and then just demolishes him.
Ass.
Well, that's also like
with
watching
that little
Mandalorian.
Smile flickers on her face, like when he's like, "No, you're harmless," and like I was like, "Oh, this chick can act. Like she's awesome."
Yeah, she's terrific. And I loved her, and I thought she was a bright spot in Mandalorian.
Yeah, no, she always brings the goods.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She's incredible on screen. As she's having her way with Bison, Honda and Balrog can be heard like yelling for her, like running around in the hallway,
which is weird.
They come running in Bison's chambers right as it appears she's about to deliver the knockout or killing blow. And this distracts her long enough for Bison to close himself off in like a weapons closet or something.
It looked like a safe room.
It was like the
safe
safe room, but with a plexiglass door, so you can see the shit.
So
they had to have the button for the gas also, so it was like a panic room of some kind.
So gas starts coming through the vents, and all the exits close and lock, trapping all the good guys inside. Bison's laughing
orgasmically,
just the crazy face, and like gritting his teeth and making this like crazy mask of a face.
It's bad editing, but I like too the transition, the crossfade between the Bison logo fireplace to his mad maniacal laughing.
That look on his face is amazing. Meanwhile, Guile and company are making their way upriver. He tells the attack force to stand by while he takes out the radar.
This is not the plan, I feel like, that he laid out earlier, which was like, we're going to go this way and you guys go this way and we're going to sort of distract them and you hit them from the back at the same time.
It all sorts like they're going the same direction.
Yeah, now they're all just going up the same river. There was another exchange with Sawada where he tells him and he's like, Captain Sawada, I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be there, Colonel. Just save some for us. And it's like, this fucker is like, he just kills the momentum of the movie in every scene he's in.
5 editors, and they didn't decide to cut that one.
Why that guy? Was he famous at the time? Like,
he was an up and comer, and I think Capcom insisted that there be a Japanese character.
They had so many opportunities to put real Japanese people in it from the game, and they
Ryu, who's Okinawan?
Yeah, he's Japanese.
Is his character
Okinawa? Supposed to be Japanese.
Okay,
he's Japanese. Okinawa's
is part of Japan. It's controlled by Japan, but
Sir, Tomy Village?
You're standing on it.
Get those people out of here. Anyway, sorry. So we cut to, as they peel off, the strains of Angelique Kidjo's Worth Fighting For swell in the stealth boat.
That shit was bizarre. With that music cranked up.
Well, and then he watches this video
He reaches
with
in his pocket and produces a small video cassette.
It's like a high 8 or a digital 8 tape.
He pops in the stealth boat's VCR.
Because they've got a tape deck built into it.
It's an old video of him and Charlie Blanca with some dames having dinner in what looks like 1940s France.
And it's like, who shot this video, and why is this the moment you want to remember with your buddy Charlie?
There was
Simpler times, baby.
Am I crazy, or does it play like he's in love with Blanca?
A little bit.
A little bit.
It just is bizarre. Yeah, who were the chicks? Were they their wives? Were they just
those were hookers in Amsterdam, 1945?
Their polyamory relationship. They just swapped everyone around.
They weren't wives. They probably were prostitutes or someone they met on shore leave somewhere. We cut to a now deformed Blanca, green with orange hair.
No bigger, despite his 100% muscle mass.
Maybe he's just becoming denser.
For some reason,
he's real fucking heavy now.
Yeah.
I buy the skin I buy the skin color change and everything, but what I don't buy is how did his hair get so long?
Why
now?
fangs?
The nose prosthesis is readily apparent.
I just want to.
It was bad. It was like Lou Ferrigno type.
We're going to talk more about it, but
70s.
it's like the makeup job on Blanca is a fucking travesty.
Yeah,
it is terrible.
That lab should have been a lot darker.
The computer voice tells us muscle mass increased to 71%. Dalzim flips a switch and the goggles move back into a position over Blanca's eyes, showing him more horrors. But while Corporal Jeremy is distracted...
Ron Jeremy's flipping through a porno
mag.
By his own work.
His favorite porno mag. Dalzim switches the feed to show more positive content like weddings and babies and MLK speeches.
They had to I saw in the closing credits there was a special thanks to the king
the king estate?
The king estate for permission to use the I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah, the Blanca,
it's a disgrace to Dr. King that it was used in this movie. It's
it saved a man's life, Kevin. It saved countless people's lives.
Fair enough.
Do you think there's any science behind showing random clips of violence and or good things to somebody to then affect their brain?
I think that there's been enough of it in movies that there must have been conditioning programs like that where they I know they tortured people with sound, like playing heavy metal music to the people in Abu Ghraib and stuff like that.
It seems like it would torture you, but it doesn't seem like it would alter your brain chemistry. It seems like it would just destroy your brain cells because you're fucking confused.
I can see how seeing horrible visuals like atrocities would dehumanize you maybe or desensitize you to
but it wouldn't turn you green.
But it wouldn't. Well, that's the mutagen.
That's the mutagen.
Mutagen.
They're making a Ninja Turtle in there, boys.
They are. It's the ooze.
I looked up. Did either of you have any interest in the word mutagen? Because I looked
Retro
up.
mutagen ooze.
Yeah,
it's Ninja Turtles.
I was like, surely that's a made up word, but no, it's a real thing, and it's like
as soon as I saw it, I was
like, mutates your genetics.
Yeah, so I looked up the etymology of that. It peaked between 1985 and 1995. Like it was invented. The word was
peak
invented.
of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. So Ninja Turtles to this movie was the range of mutagen as a word.
NGRI or whatever the name of the company that made the mutagen ooze, the retro mutagen ooze that made the turtles. So anyway,
wait, I was wondering why does Dalzim have a video reel of happy shit just on standby?
No one. Well,
that was never part of the plan.
Is he a behavioral scientist? That's part of his deal.
But this is not this isn't properly his lab, though.
No.
Yeah, it seems like he's been
kidnapped and put in. He just shouldn't have a happy reel.
It was a lot. It was really easy for him to flip that one switch and change the feed.
He had it on standby.
Maybe it was part of the Broderbund software package of mind changing, like Print Shop. You just get all of the GIFs or the clip art with it.
What kind of soldier are you looking to create? You want to create
what kind of videos do you want to show?
Are you looking to create Captain America or
Microsoft Encarta Brainwash?
Like which outfit do you work for?
CD-ROM.
Shield or Red Skull? So with an hour left on the timer, the good guys are being ushered before Bison in his command center. Bison tells them that if they'd worked together, they might have bested him.
He says, you're at front row seats for my victory.
Okay.
It's what constitutes, what does he think is about to happen? Does he think he's about to get his $20 billion?
He must.
Also, how does he think wars are fought and or won? This is not the.
This is Bison's first big war.
Ostensibly,
Much like Hitler.
He doesn't know that forces are approaching to attack. So he's just sitting there, I think, watching. We're within an hour, so I guess I'm about to get my money.
I'm going to get my money, or
it's
my hour's going to run
I don't think
out.
they've given any indication that you're about to get paid.
Right.
But the thing is also, this dude, the suit, he could have just paid him.
Yeah.
He could have paid. He doesn't need Guile to contact him and tell him we're going to pay you.
They should have paid him in Bison dollars.
Yeah, right. We'll give you 20 billion Bison dollars.
Here's 20 billion Stanley nickels.
But yeah, so we're down to what? Well, less than 1 hour to the deadline,
Right.
And that's a good.
What's going to happen? I have
know.
some suspicions.
A whole fucking lot is going to
Yeah, oh
happen.
my God. Just
the good parts.
A dizzying number of cuts are just ahead, folks. So we hope you strap yourselves in and tune in for the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Hadouken!